I'm back, and guess what? I'm gonna talk about a game made by David Szymanski. Again. This time it's Squirrel Stapler, so I'll just boot this and we'll just get going. Thankfully it's not like Chop Goblins where it's loud enough to make you think you lost your eardrums, so just take it in for a second, this calm outdoorsy melody. We're gonna shoot some fucking squirrels. So we load in and here's the wifey, accompanied by some text. So, in a nutshell, Squirrel Stapler guy here went out to the forest with his wife so their love could blossom, but some filthy flies ruined it. So we need to head into the forest and cover in squirrels to make her beautiful. There's also a page from the Book of the Grove here.
Saith the goat of the wood, thou shalt not staple squirrels.
Of course, the first words I saw were staple squirrels, and that's what we're gonna do. In 5 days, God is coming. Well, that sounds ominous. Alright, day 1, and there's a couple things to note, like how you can get at least one free squirrel from this poison patch of grass here, and there's also an energy drink that looks like a Dr. Pepper can right behind the cabin. Now we're off to hunt some squirrels. To pass the time while hunting small game, I've done some reflecting on the abhorrent filth that I've been calling content recently, and noticed a disturbing lack of educational material in my videos, so I will make a change for the better and try to give you some nuggets of knowledge for you to savor. Speaking of facts, Squirrel Stapler has a plethora of squirrel facts to read from notes scattered about, but I took the initiative to add some of my own research into it, so... Wacky squirrel facts. Did you know that the scientific name for a squirrel is a Sicuridae? Sicuridae? Yeah, I have no idea how to pronounce this.
It is generally pronounced as Sciuridae, although it can also be pronounced correctly as Sciuridae.
Oh, okay, I'm just fucking retarded. While exploring the forest hunting for squirrels, you may have come across this radio tower that is simply telling you a story about a lonely artist. Obviously I won't say much about it, but you can head to the tower each day and read each part of the story. You can pause the video and read it for yourself. Hello, disembodied voice of unknown origin. I'm rather busy hunting squirrels at the moment, so fuck off. Anyways, bagged the last squirrel for the day, but there's a couple of things I want to show before heading back. In the corner of the map, there's this bunker here that's been noting some abnormalities in the forest. Also pretty ominous, and hopefully doesn't affect the squirrel population. There's also this shack here which we can commit sin. Nothing says committing sin like having sex with the printer. Finally, there's a geocache we can collect every day to unlock a special game mode. Pretty swanky stuff. But other than that, I can head back home and pamper her in our newly hunted squirrels. But first, wacky squirrel facts. Did you know squirrels have 4 sharp toes on their front feet for climbing, and 5 toes on their back feet? That's 5 more toes than a child in the Middle East. Wow. Now, of course, she is our wife and we are stapling them onto her, so we need to be delicate. After all, one thing to take away from this video is to be kind to your partner. Now off to bed. If you couldn't tell by now, we are sleeping. On to day 2, and now we must hunt a big squirrel. Scratch that, the big squirrel, with the help of a squirrel lure. Fortunately, out of pure convenience, I didn't need to use it, so get fucked game design. But guess what's also out of pure convenience? That's right, wacky squirrel facts. Did you know in 2007, 14 squirrels were arrested in Iran? This is the second time a joke has been made about the Middle East, and I didn't make this one. Wow. Found another geocache here, specifically in the corner of the map right about here. And it reminded me of some Australian YouTuber who discovered geocaching a while ago and made his own. More specifically, this part of the video, which led to a hyperlink that had a code to the cache itself. Speaking of reminders, in the top right corner you probably notice these 2 things underneath the compass, which is your visibility and your noise output. In a nutshell, you're supposed to hide in foliage around the forest and crouch about when hunting to make it easier to find squirrels. Thing is, I may have disregarded the whole mechanic because so far, I have not needed to play a stealthy approach. Not yet, at least. Oh shit, a vengeful ghost squirrel, a poltergeist that's here because of the sins I've committed. Speaking of sins... Wacky squirrel facts. Did you know that it's possible to get mad cow disease from eating the brain of a squirrel? Actually, scratch that. Who the fuck is eating squirrel brains? Look, I don't know about you, but they're pretty small. Like, here's a picture of an American red squirrel, which is around 12 inches tall. Here's a Subway 12-inch Black Forest ham sandwich for reference. Like, what part of the fucking world looks at a squirrel brain and puts it in their mouth? Oh. Well, of course it's from goddamn Kentucky. Ended up getting a 2-for-1 while hunting, which is just enough for a lovely wife. Here's the second report, which is still getting abnormalities and now squirrel carcasses. I also returned to the radio tower for part 2 of The Lady, where the artist runs into an old lady who brings his painting to life for a couple of pennies. But away from that. So I returned home to adorn our wifey and more squirrels. Honey, I am home and I have more squirrels.
I don't want squirrels, I want skin. Give me back my skin, or give me yours instead.
Love you too. Bitch. Day 3, and this time we had an unexpected visitor tonight, and it turns out we have competitions, specifically what the LGBT community calls a bear. And look at that, it was not just a bear, but a squirrel bear. Thankfully it goes down in 3 shots as long as your aim's true. And of course, if they do get close enough to you... Yep. This can indeed kill a child. During my hunt, I found a 2-for-1 special called the Double Squirrel, a squirrel that attempts to perform mitosis but fails halfway through, leaving in a constant state of agony. That was a squirrel fact I didn't plan, so here's a bonus one. Wacky squirrel facts. Did you know that there are over 2 million eastern gray squirrels in the world? Meaning if they want to, they can overthrow North Macedonia. Wow. Man, look at this view, accompanied by the soothing sounds of nature. Truly, an urbanite's worst nightmare. Anyways, here's the third geocache, which is right by the radio tower. And here's part 3 of The Lady, where Painting Lady is just in pure agony because of the silly artist. But don't worry, Old Lady's got a special trick up her sleeve. It's called a fucking axe. Report number 3, and it's definitely getting spooky now. Look, it's leaving presents for them. Definitely very interesting. So now we can head back home once more. Honey, I'm home, and I have more squirrels. Oh, you moved. I have more squirrels, you whore. Here you go, just take it all in. Soon you'll be as beautiful as you were in the 2004 wedding photo. Day 4, and I'll be honest, nothing very important happens besides finding the 4th geocache. Ended up seeing another vengeful ghost squirrel. Look at him go.
You can't escape me! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth!
So vengeful it went around the mountainside. Oh. How long have you been standing there for? Here's the 4th report, which seems to be a schizo report now. But, fun fact, Nietzsche once said this right here, quote unquote, "You can't find it because my brain is inside my skull." Very cool. There's also part 4 of The Lady, where the artist pretty much mutilates his creation with an axe, which, yeah.
That's rough, buddy.
Ended up getting a mean triple, which I celebrated by committing some sin. Besides that, we'll just skip on over to the final day. But of course, wacky squirrel facts. Did you know that squirrels can debone a human male in under 3 hours? Wait. What the fuck? She is almost complete. Soon you will be beautiful. Actually, why do we have a stapler on us in the first place? Alright, day 5. Gather our last group of squirrels and it will be done. A lot of the wacky facts now are, potentially misinformation. Here's the final report, which tells you to disregard the other reports. Cool, done. Ended up seeing 2 squirrel bears on my way to the radio tower this time around instead of the usual one, so they're throwing everything they have on this one. Away from that, here's the epilogue of The Lady, where they make stew from the remains of the lady, but it was poison and both of them die as well.
Everyone died! The end.
Found the last geocache, which was in a sneaky spot right about here, so I can show the special game mode in a minute or so stick around. Rounding up the last of the squirrels, so it's safe to say that I can squeeze in one more educational fact, so... wacky squirrel facts. Did you know God is coming? Oh shit, God's coming. I'm not sure if I'm ready to meet God yet. I don't think I even masturbated today. You know, for meeting God, 2 minutes seems pretty generous actually. Hopefully I can get back home and staple the last of the squirrels on the wife. Yeah, really not feeling the urgency here. Never fucking mind. Yeah, I think it's best to go back to the house, like, right fucking now. So, where's God? Oh shit. And yeah, that was Squirrel Stapler. There's also that big squirrel mode I unlocked, so let's check it out. So day 1 again, and that's a big squirrel. Oh yeah, they are huge. I wonder if they're gonna be huge when you staple them onto her. Oh my god, they are. They're large enough to clip through the walls. I wonder if the giant squirrels are like that. Jesus Christ, they're gargantuan. This could feed one entire Filipino family. Now I'm really curious if the squirrel bears count as well.